you want to know my opinion on what I think, just keep on watching. Hey guys, what's good? It's your girl Nisi here, and I'm back with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing a part 2 to the video that I did yesterday. So if you've not seen it, if you're new here, hey, my name is Nisi and welcome to Nisi's Reactions. And I'm just going to put a picture here and I'm going to link it at the end of this video. But yeah, watch part 1 before you watch this so it makes a bit of sense. But yes, guys, I've calmed down from before because I filmed part 1 before. But I've calmed down now. I got a headache. I was laughing, crying, you name it. Them memes. I just had to jump off TikTok. I was like, no, it's getting too much. So now I'm actually coming to talk about the actual, like basically the whistleblower, the man that's come out and it's like, listen, 80% of your luxury brands is made in China. But the ones that didn't know, people are losing their mind. Like, what? Not, it can't be made in China. It's made in France. It's made in Italy. You know what I mean? It's made in Europe. It's made in the foreign country. It can't be made in China. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna roll his video clip and I will be back with my commentary.
Some say as long as there's a tag saying made in China, the bag can never be luxury. However, in fact, more than 80% of the luxury bags in the world are made in China. But those luxury brands won't acknowledge that. They take almost finished bags from China factories back to their own factories and just do the repackaging and logo installing, something like that. That way, the bags will appear at their boutiques as made in Italy or made in France. You know, those sophisticated European countries, which make you feel mysterious, royal, and thus luxury. Now, close your eyes. Let's just do a little, very easy experiment in your head, okay? Imagine that you have an Hermes bag, and suddenly the label on it changed from made in France into made in China, while everything else, like leathers, zippers, and hardware, remain the same. Do you suddenly feel that your bag is not as luxury as before? If you do, that means you have been misled and poisoned by the market campaign of those luxury brands for too long. Welcome to the real world. Now you see, those bags are made in China by our intelligent and diligent Chinese artisans. Let's not be poisoned and misled by the market campaign any longer and be a real person. Buy a bag from us, from our factory in China. See the real world for yourself.
Yeah, guys, so you just seen that, and I believe him. A lot of people have come out and gave their opinion. A lot are like, oh, it's not every luxury brand. You know, people are still like trying to defend the Birkin. Like he didn't say Birkin, you know, he said Louis Vuitton, Gucci. Listen, you know the saying, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck. Like you think every other luxury brand is gonna be made in China, but just not Hermes or just not Birkins. Like, so some people just need to be left behind in it. Again, he said 80%, he didn't say 100%. So obviously not everything, but most stuff are made in China. Shout out to him. For those that already knew, like I thought a lot of people knew this, because basically at the end of the day, you're not paying where it's made, you're paying for the logo. So obviously with this, it's a Northface jacket. I've got other Northface, so I didn't just buy this just because it's Gucci, but I did love the collab. Keeps me warm. Like the coat does what it's supposed to do, but as you can see, it's full of the Gucci logo, so I had to pay a bit more for the logo. And that's what I mean with these luxury items. That's literally what you're paying for. I'm too grown to be going out spending 10K on like red bottoms, a lot of money on bags. You know what I mean? I'm a mother. I'm trying to like save for other stuff and invest in other things. So I'm too grown for it. But once upon a time, yeah, I was that girl just, you know, trying to stunt, turn up. You know what I mean? I was young, stupid, you know. Obviously, back then there wasn't a cost of living. There's a cost of living now. So times have changed, you know what I mean? But there are still some people that live beyond their means and they're trying to stunt on the gram, because I feel like that's what blew up the whole designer. When it came to Instagram, everyone, you know what I mean? Once you've taken a picture in that, you can't be seen in that same outfit again. You know what I mean? So I feel like Instagram taking pictures, going out, you could only, you know what I mean, wear that thing once, and then, you know what I mean, if you win one Louis jumper and you post it, I can't post that Louis jumper again. You know what I mean? I gotta get myself another one. It's just, oh gosh. But yeah, people are losing their mind, and been a big debate on TikTok. Some believe it, some don't. Some are just like, eh. So let's get into some people's reactions.
Going down the DH gate rabbit hole, especially with all the tariffs going on, and seeing the ungodly
Oh,
amount of money I've
okay.
spent on designer over the
Pissed.
years has me pissed. As a former sneakerhead, I guess maybe I still am, people that will buy DH Gate shoes because they're not real and you could only wear real shoes. And then getting into designer where I've bought so much Louis Vuitton, Christian Dior, all of these big brands that we kind of look down on people that will buy fake, what we consider fake from DH Gate. And now to find out that stuff is the same stuff that I could have been buying for $100, but I spent $2,000 on it, this makes me sick. I knew I should have put that money into an investment property or something to make me money, but I just wanted to stunt. Now I'm gonna be living by what I tell my clients to not worry about designer. Put that money into real estate.
Listen, he made some really good points. Those sneakerheads, he makes me laugh. He's like, I used to be a sneakerhead. And then he's like, well, actually, I kind of am one still. Yeah, they've come like this guy, a lot of them are talks about Nike, obviously your Jordans, Red Bottoms, like all the brands up there. It's like, yeah, it's made in China. You could have got it cheap, but you paid this much amount. I just feel sorry for people that, again, there's people that have got collections of Jordans, of certain crepes what are quite expensive. Obviously, they can resell it, so they can get like it's worth money, certain Jordans. I get that. But at the same time, like he said, he's pissed now. Looking back at it, he gets it. He was young, he was stunting. Like he's being honest. But now he's thinking about it. He's like, I could have saved that, I could have invested it. This is what I mean. We're living in different times compared to 10 years ago. So we've got to keep that in mind. But yeah, people just hearing this, and obviously it's black people. I don't know what our problem is. We love these designers, these logos. They don't like us, the people that create it, but we love it. Like, I don't know what it is. So Louis Vuitton is actually my favorite brand, but the whole red bottoms, Birkins, I've never been into it, even though it was a trend. When girls used to take the picture, you had to have your heel up so people could see the red bottoms. I've never been into it. I just feel like, first of all, I don't like heels, like they make your feet hurt. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna spend 500 plus. You know what I mean? And I never really went to the club like that. So it's just like, where am I wearing red bottoms to? Like around the house. Even this, guys, I can tell you on my like one hand how many times I've worn this jacket. My sister's like, you better wear it to like the local supermarket. And I'm just like, so I just take it when I go on holidays. So, I get quite cold on the plane. So that's the only time it pretty much comes out. Like, where am I supposed to wear this to? Asda, which is like probably like your Walmart in America. But yeah, I agree with everything he said, and it's time to speak to the younger generation. Like, don't be buying up this designer. Our designer's gonna be affected after this. Not really. Like we already, like, for those that know and who are grown, we already knew we were paying for the label. Like I could go obviously into Louis Vuitton, get a bag, or I could go into, I don't know, somewhere like TK Maxx and get, you know what I mean, similar bag, but obviously I'm just not gonna have the LV logo, so you're literally just paying for the logo. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, I agree with everything he said. It's just the way he's pissed. There's so many black people that are pissed.
I'm so confused because Hermes clearly purports that all of their bags are handmade in France and their watches are made in Switzerland. In their verbiage, there is no room for confusion about where their products are manufactured. There's no room for China. But in the beginning of that video, that nice Chinese man is clearly standing in front of what appear to be Hermes bags, saying that these are the bags that we manufacture. I noticed he didn't say Hermes when he called out all the brands like Prada, Louis Vuitton, Coach. But the implication was very clearly there. And if Hermes products, specifically their bags, are made from beginning to end in France, France. Why would their valuation drop with the news that Chinese manufacturers are spilling the tea? It says right here on their website, the vast majority of our products are manufactured in France. And they talk about sourcing cashmere from Mongolia, blah, blah, blah. But absolutely nothing about China. And those purses that man was standing in front of were identical to Hermes bags, correct? So does that mean Hermes is lying to us? At least lying by omission? Or are their bags beginning to end manufactured, designed, whatever, in France? I'm so confused.
China just exposed the true cost of luxury. People are freaking out.
They just add the logo in Europe to make you pay the price of 10 times. Close your eyes. If your hammer says made in China, does it feel cheaper? No, that's no quality issue. It's luxury brand washing.
Do you remember, like in 2018, Payless did this social experiment where they took their regular shoes and they marked the prices up so high just to see if people would still be interested in buying. They got a space in the mall, they decorated it, they hired an entire crew of people to come in. They made it look avant-garde, very expensive, rich, and this is how people reacted about the shoes. Remember, they were just Payless shoes with expensive price tags.
Welcome to Palessi.
Palessi is just such high quality, high fashion. It's taking your shoe game like up to the next level.
It's like very, European, very, upscale.
It's a center. It's one of those shoes that you're just going to get compliments on over and over again.
Elegant, sophisticated, and versatile.
For me to experience this as an Italian designer is amazing.
I could definitely wear this to like a Met Gala dinner.
Just think it's so unique. We'll definitely spend $295 on a pump like this.
I would pay like $300-400 for these shoes for sure. I'd probably spend about $500 on this.
This is proof that people will literally pay so much extra just for the name, the brand. They don't care where or how it's made. They just want the label. Now the truth is revealed to these people. So embarrassing.
What? No way.
You've got to be kidding me.
I loved her response, and I like that she brought up that whole fake store selling designer stuff, even though it was just your everyday shoes. It's the way that people are talking like this is such good quality, this is gonna last me a certain amount of years, to come out 10 minutes later when they take the price tag off, they're like, no, these are just regular, and they're like, you're lying, like, and it just goes to show it's all about in your mind. Someone can make something so cheap and sell it for £1,000, and it's just like, most of it's just about the hype, you know what I mean? Again, people will drag you for shopping on Shein or getting fakes, but it's like, why are you so pressed? So a person doesn't want to spend 10k on a coat or on a bag. That's like, it's their money, it's their 10k to spend, but as long as they're happy and they keep it real, like, why are you so pressed? But yeah, like I said, I love that clip, and I remember when that video first came out, it went viral, and it just goes to show we are just paying for the label. Like, they might as well just cut a snippet of this and then just sell it, because that's literally what we're paying for. We could have a plain coat, it's just that little label, just to say, I'm in Gucci, I'm in, you know what I mean? Look at you, you know what I mean? And you know what? Most of the time, they're not even like that nice, when you see like rappers and stuff, and I'm like, what the hell are you wearing? I'm gonna put some pictures on the side. Again, I'm a big fan of LV, but when I seen Kodak Black in this outfit, put on the side here, I was just like, You know what I mean? It's just like, sometimes, especially when people have the whole suit on, and it's too much. But it's just to stun and to say, hey, I got money.
First of all, I thought we already knew China been making our luxury brands. First of all, China is literally the king of dupes, literally. Because not only are they making, all of our luxury brands, but here in America, when you see America, when you see the Asians, the Koreans, the Chinese, they will order a lot of these luxury brands offline, but then they will bring it back into the store for a refund. But before they bring it back into the store for a refund, they study it, remake it, and then bring the original item back into the store. They create a dupe. Like, they've been ahead of the game. I noticed this when I was working at Abercrombie and Finch on Fifth Avenue. This was probably like in 2015. And they kept bringing they were the main ones that would just keep bringing their stuff back. And I'm like, why are they bringing their stuff back? But then I would look at their clothes and they would have it on, the coats, everything. And I'm just like, these people are creating dupes, like duplicates. And then it confirmed, because one of my other coworkers, they was telling me, they was like, yes, they're the main ones who bring stuff back because they just remake it. I'm just like, that's crazy. Pure talent. Pure talent ahead of the game. Like, they know how to save money to the T. Like, they really don't care about the brands because they literally can just remake it themselves. I'm scared of them. Honey, the whole continent of Asia is just far too advanced for me. Too advanced. Even the rural, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Like places that aren't even like, big on technology, they're still ahead of the game. It's so crazy.
I loved his response, but yeah, everything he said was true. Like, I love at the end where he just gets his dressing gown. It's like, yo, they scare me. Like, yeah, something's brewing up, and yo, I don't think America, or even the world, I don't think we're ready. Like, China are putting something into place. Like he said, they're so far ahead in their country. Like, even in the little smaller towns that are not as well fed, they're still ahead of the UK, the Americas, and they're just too quick. Like, they're just too intelligent. They're too forward with it. Not just making stuff, but it's just everything, reading wise, like playing an instrument, like, yo, because that's what they do. They study so much. While over here in the Western, like, we mess around. Their TikTok is very different from the UK and American TikTok. They're actually learning, making their country a better place, while we're up here doing story times and dances and just stupid stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, I agree with everything he said. Like, at the beginning, he's like, I thought y'all knew, like, your designer stuff was made in China. Like, hmm? Obviously, we've always known about the fakes and the reals, but we just didn't know. I guess, well, a lot of people just didn't know that most of it was made in China, and then they literally just slap on this big tax. It's basically tax. You know what I mean? How can it be like $100 to be made in China, and then when it gets to America, it's 1,000, 2,000? You know what I mean? Like, what? That's just, you literally just paid a big tax on it. That's all.
You see this whole trade war with China and America and how China is basically exposing all these luxury brands. Why are we acting surprised? Oh my god, I never knew it cost $100 to make designer items. Wake up and smell the flipping coffee. Do you not know what capitalism is? We're all victims of capitalism. It's just that certain people sit on the furthest ends of the spectrum. The reason we buy anything in this life is for the brand, is for the logo. Let me break it down. If you saw a jacket that looked just like a Moncler, the exact same quality, the exact same stitching, the exact same manufacturer, but it didn't have the logo, would you still buy it? If your answer was no, then congratulations, you're the biggest victim of capitalism. Please, let's be guided, okay? This isn't news. People with common sense have been knowing this. And for those of you screaming, yes, this means reps are real, calm down, buddy. Okay, there's some Jordans I've seen, and I know damn well Jordan never did that move. Listen, I'm gonna be the last person in this life to tell anyone how to spend their money. If you want to buy designer, go ahead and buy designer, but start to accept that you're paying for a logo. And that's perfectly fine. There's many items I owned that I know I could have got for cheaper, but I bought it just because of the brand. An iPhone is a perfect example. The only time I look at people sideways is when they can't afford designer items but still buy it anyways. At that point, you're a slave to capitalism. Each to their own, but me personally, I couldn't give less of a toss about owning designer. I care more about assets and generational wealth than Balenciagas. Because I'm not dripped out from head to toe or flexing on the gram, people couldn't fathom that I was able to buy a house, and that's a product of capitalism. Maybe back when I was a young G, I gave a shit about designer, but now, almost 25, I look at a £300 designer t-shirt and think, oh more, that £300 could have got me a nice sofa off Facebook Marketplace.
As he said, wake up and smell the coffee. Like, where have you been? Like, there's so many people online are like, oh my gosh, I never know. It's just like, and this is when people are literally just paying for the logo. Like, this is the biggest capitalism going. Same with like doing a finance in a car or having a car note. We're in a new year, so the car dealers be like getting ready to holler at people, and it's just like, no, the car I've got is fine. You know what I mean? I get it, it's a new year, but I don't need a brand new Mercedes or you know what I mean? So I agree with everything he said. Listen, some people are just further down the line with the capitalism. Some people, again, soon as something drops, a new one, they have to go out and go and get it, and it's just like, why? You know what I mean? Like, who you trying to keep up with the Joneses? Who you trying to impress? But then deep down, these people are not happy. So it's just like, and then obviously some people do have an addiction, but it's the ones that just love to stunt. Like, let's use Hush Puppy. He's like one of the biggest scammers to ever do it. He was head to toe in designer, so he used to have like the Versace robe, the Gucci sliders, you name it, he had it. And it's just like, bro, it wasn't bad enough that he was a scammer, but you know what I mean? It was all the flossing and stunting, and that's what actually got him caught. And now he's doing a long stretch in jail. But yeah, I agree with everything that guy said. Like, come on, like, wake up for the ones who are acting slow in the back. Come on, you already knew this. This is big time capitalism. We're the consumers, you know what I mean? We know it, we keep buying it, especially black people talking to y'all. These, you know what I mean? And then people do videos when they go shopping in like the Chanel store or Louis Vuitton, and then they wonder why their stuff doesn't treat them good. It's because they don't like us. But we constantly still buy their stuff. It is what it is. With me, I'm only buying something if I like it. But again, the last time I bought something, that was like before 2020, before the whole cost of living came into play. Right now, you couldn't force me or pay me to buy something designer. Like, for what? Someone needs to pay for my ticket to go to China so I can make some connects. I really want to take a trip to China after all this being exposed. But the guy needs to be careful, the whistleblower. I know there's a lot more people speaking up, but you know, when you say too much, all of a sudden you end up turning up unalived, you know what I mean? So that man, he needs to be careful.
Louis Vuitton have seemingly reacted to all of the videos going viral over social media of manufacturers in China saying they make all of their stuff. A factory video from China has gone viral, and now people are seriously doubting the truth behind expensive fashion brands. One factory worker revealed that some of the biggest names in fashion, including Louis Vuitton and Zara, secretly get a lot of their stuff made in cities like Dongguan and Guangdong. Even though these brands brag about being made in Europe, the video claims that more than half of Louis Vuitton's bags are actually made in China. People online were blown away when they heard that most of the silk used by Louis Vuitton comes from a factory in Hangzhou called Huaxili. It didn't stop there either. The worker said a manager told him it costs around $15 to make something that looks exactly like one of their luxury items. The biggest reason this is upsetting fans is that these brands charge thousands for each product, saying it's all premium, handmade stuff. Now, many are starting to feel like they've been misled and taken advantage of, especially when the final product may not be much different from cheaper versions. And now, a statement has been released to the press, seemingly from a source close to Louis Vuitton. In their statement, the source close to the brand said, "Louis Vuitton want everyone to know that what these people are saying is completely false and untrue, and they want everyone to understand that every item LV releases is made under meticulously high standards. At least it's been addressed, so it might not be true. However, we're going to have to wait to see if there's any real evidence for them making their clothes in China." Despite their statement, what's really getting attention is the idea that this might only be the beginning. People are already talking about how other workers from different factories might come forward soon. If that happens, it could completely shift the way the world looks at luxury brands and how they really operate behind the scenes. But not everyone's mad about it. Some people said they don't really care where it's made because what they're really paying for is the brand name and the status that comes with it. So even with the truth out there, not everyone plans to stop buying. For this video's comment question, do you believe Louis Vuitton?
For everybody that used to be mad at the girlies doing their DH Gate hauls, to the front, to the front, to the front, to the front. Listen, China been on TikTok exposing your favorite brands. All the Lulu girls with the Lulu on your butt, to the front. I've seen so many videos of these girls that be spending thousands of dollars, mad at girls that spend a good little $50, $60, $100 here and there for the exact same bag. And some of y'all be like, I can tell immediately. Can you? I'm sure even in the worlds of fakes, there are levels to this shit, right? But for years, we all know Nike has sweatshops. All of these other companies, they have sweatshops. And where do y'all think the sweatshops are? Y'all talking shit about Shein, but it's the same fucking quality as Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton. Same factory. We've been saying it for years. It's coming from the same manufacturers. It's coming from the same manufacturers. And y'all are like, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is made in France. It's made in Beijing. They just take it over there right before it's finished, and they slap a little finishing touches on it and say, made in France. And y'all shell out thousands of dollars. And hey. Once again, I'm not against buying what you want, but this goes down to let people buy what they want. If someone wants the look of something, even if they like the look of the fucking logo and they said, but I ain't paying $12,000 for it because it's not worth $12,000.
Sometimes I just want y'all to admit that y'all just like the name. Y'all just want the brand. Y'all just want people to think that you have money. You don't want it because it looks good, because a lot of times, a lot of y'all be throwing on designer from head to toe and look a fucking mess. Look a mess. Look a mess. Oh, you know how much this fit worth? I don't care. It look like shit. It look like shit. And I swear, sometimes I feel like these designers be doing this shit on purpose. They like, look, we finna make the ugliest fucking outfit called $5,000. Watch, they gonna buy it. And y'all buy it. And y'all literally buy it. When Kanye dropped his hobo collection, y'all was, oh my God, this is so futuristic and amazing. Post-apocalyptic fashions. Y'all talk shit about people that wearing Skechers, but y'all got on them big ass, bulky ass, fucking Bottega shoes, walking around looking clunky with skinny jeans on, and they have the nerve to talk about, man, you know how much I'll put that shit on. China said, since y'all bitches want to play with us, we finna expose you hoes. DJ T done fucked up everybody. Like, all of these companies finna be hot. I know all of these fucking luxury brands is in a group chat right now. Like, get this bitch out of here. Get him out of here. He is fucking it up for everybody. And China also said, by the way, we're going to make it easy for you to get a visa to come over here for 10 days. And you can just come buy this shit tax-free. No tariff. Not for you, baby. Not for you, baby. They haggling like, I don't know if you've ever been to China. Well, I've never been to mainland China. I've only been to Hong Kong, but I'm sure it's, you know, relatively same type of, like, you know, culture. And this is the haggling they be giving you. Like, listen, don't tariff. No tariff for you. No tariff for you, pretty girl. No tariff for you. Okay, don't even worry about it. Come buy the bag. Come buy the bag. Listen, I've been, okay, what's the street called? I don't know. I can't remember because I haven't been there. But there's this alley where they have all the designer stuff in Hong Kong. All my Navy people know what I'm talking about. All my Navy people know what I'm talking about. Yeah. All right, now.
Hey, come here. Them trolls that used to troll the people. You know what? Since this, I didn't even know about the DRH thing, gate thing. Back in the day, so obviously this is a new YouTube channel for myself, but I've been on YouTube for actually 5 years. I did this. So when I first got this jacket, I did a review, and the people are hating in the comments like, it's fake, it's fake. So I agree exactly what she said. All those people that were hating, dragging people for wearing fake stuff and etc. etc. Come on, we need you right front and center. So what you gotta say now? Because it's literally all made in the same factory. Some just go to Europe and get slapped a made in Italy, made in France tag, while the others stay in China or go somewhere else. She made me laugh at the end about, in China there's that alley, you gotta go down there and get a connect. Not that alley, but yeah, a lot of people are trying to go China now and get a connect. It's literally like America's the middleman. Let's cut out the middleman and just go straight to the source. You know what I mean? Even with me, I'm trying to start a hair business. Instead of me buying it from these influencers, or you know what I mean, I need to go to China, find a vendor, a person that deals with hair, basically, the human hair and stuff, and that's my connect, you know what I mean, straight up, instead of following up one of these influencers that cost 600 upwards for a couple of bundles, you know what I mean. But yeah, gotta come to the front. You gotta keep that same energy, because those people that used to drag and troll people that, oh, you can't afford this, you know what I mean, you wear fake, da 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 da. They're awfully quiet right about now. Y'all seen them? They need to come to the front. That thing what she was talking about with the leggings, I don't know, but that's been trending on TikTok as well. Them Lulu leggings and stuff. But again, it's just like when you shop at Shein or Temu. Obviously, there's a running joke in it. If you've got a bad wig on or bad clothes, they're like, "Oh, that's the Shein version or the Temu." And it's just like, here they're all made at the same factory, like. So even with this coming out, there's a big debate on TikTok. They're still going back and forth. They were just like, yeah, well, I'd still rather pay da 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 da. And it's just like, did you not hear the man's clip at the beginning? Like, I just love what he did with the Hermes bag when he's like, close your eyes. You know what I mean? It's still got all the good stuff on it, but inside the tag has changed and it says made in China instead of made in Italy. Like, that says it all. But yeah, I loved her clip. She made some really good points in it and she told nothing but the truth.
China done exposed the U.S. for basically getting their designer pieces from China, but sending them to other countries to get their little logos put on them. And basically all our bags and stuff is from China for the cheap ski. While I've been spending thousands of dollars on this shit, huh? Thousands on this shit, bitch. And this ain't even a quarter of my designer pieces I bought in stores. I'm spending at least 10 to 15,000 on me and my family and designer. And for them to tell me that China makes my shit for a few $100s and I'm paying a few thousand, I'm mad, bitch. But you know what? I don't even give a fuck no more because I've been working with a manufacturer in China and I ordered a few pieces from her, but I was like, I can't just buy no fake designer. But whole time she was telling me that the shit is in the same factory, but I wasn't believing her ass, but she wasn't lying. But let me show y'all some of the pieces I got from her though. So I did buy this Balenciaga hoodie from her about a month ago, and the quality was good. Like, this hoodie is heavy, it's real thick, and it even come with the Balenciaga tag. Like, I was like, this shit low-key do feel like the shit that I get in the store. It came with the tags on it and all, y'all. Also, I brought this Amiri shirt, which I didn't never wear because I was too embarrassed. I'm like, this shit is fake. Like, why would I buy Amiri? Whole time, China making these brands. Oh, I'm mad. I can wear my Amiri like, girl, it's made in the same factory. Because I can never bring myself to pay $1,000 for a hoodie or a shirt. But I was like, I can just get it from manufacturer and I just buy my bags and my shoes from the stores. But now I'm shopping for my manufacturer only. You will not catch me inside the store balling out on designer no more. You hoes ain't getting my motherfucking money no more. Sick of this shit. And if you on my wholesale vendor because you like the pieces that I just showed you, and yeah, she got real good prices, she'll be linked in my bio. I am not shopping for the motherfucking stores, and I am going to my wholesale vendor, and I will not be going to DH Gate though, because DH Gate, my cousin be getting off her stuff out there, and some of that stuff do look foo-foo, no shade. But I will be shopping with my vendor who got her own pieces and she make the stuff herself.
Oh my gosh, I loved his response. Listen, he's like, I'm pissed. I bought so much for my family. So we got some Louis here. Got some Dior. Ooh. Got some Gucci. I've got Fender. I've got Burberry upstairs. I've got like literally loads of bags. I've got like, between me and my ex, there's like so much designer stuff. But again, this is over time, like probably like in a 10-year period. Nothing's recent. I don't do it no more. But like he said, over the years, he spent so much money, all this stuff, and it's just like I could have got it for cheap. Now, when he started talking about that Balenciaga that he's got a connect over there, but he didn't believe the woman when the woman was like, I can make it for you. He made me laugh because he's like, they give you the tags, it looks legit, it feels legit, and it's like, again, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck. Come on, it's made in China. Like, that probably really was the Balenciaga jumper, just not the Balenciaga price. You know what I mean? But yeah, they've been telling us, but again, when they try and sell us stuff, you know, it's knockoff, it's fake. One's staying in China and the others are getting shipped to Europe. That's all. That's the difference.
I love what China doing. Keep on exposing these big brands. I just saw a video of this lady saying that, yeah, Lululemon, yeah, those leggings that y'all are paying $100 for, $6 over there. Like, and they so petty because now the suppliers are saying, hey, y'all can just come to us directly. You ain't even got to do all that. Don't go to Alibaba. You come right to us. And those wedding bands that y'all are paying thousands of dollars for, you can get that same wedding band for $2. And he really think he doing something with these tariffs. Like, you ain't doing nothing but just exposing yourself and exposing this country. Like, this back and forth mess that he's doing, he's just causing such a big mess. And you can tell that they're getting scared now because now all of a sudden they are saying, hey, well, you know what? It's not going to be on electronics anymore. Not on the electronics, because they saw that Apple went over there and took them phones and flew them back over here. They said, oh, not us. I hope that this is the end of the whole knockoffs conversation. Like,
See, so this whole Lululemon, this is a whole new world to me. I'm like, what is this Lululemon? But because of my addiction machine, I don't need to know about any other website or anything. But £50 for a pair of leggings, and I'm guessing it's like the gym sort of leggings. You know what I hate when people wear gym attire and they don't even go to the gym or don't go to the gym as frequent as they should, and it's just like, why are you just out here walking around in gym attire? I don't know, but £50 for a pair of leggings. I know over here in the UK, I know it's big in America as well, but we have Gymshark. I've tried to get some of their stuff, obviously not just because it's Gymshark, but it's meant to be really good quality. But they forever just sell out my size. My size is forever gone. I just take it as, I guess it's just not meant to be. I guess I'm just gonna wear my normal Primark as the gym outfits. Again, I'm going there to work out. I'm not going there to stunt. You know what I mean? I remember back in the day when I used to go gym hard, and a guy came in. I can't remember. It's one of those rowing ones, and he had LV trainers on, and I was just looking at him like, what are you doing? He had his man bag on. He wasn't really there to go to the gym, like to work out. I think he was just there to, like, some people just go to the gym just to see, I guess, what's popping, pass time. Like, when I say some people need to go outside and touch grass and, I don't know, go and read a book or something, because I was just looking at him like, who are you stunting for and on, like, what, at the gym, bro? Like, huh? So I think that annoys me at most with anything with these like designer stuff is most of the time people just literally want to stunt big time, and it's like, who are you trying to impress? Do you want the people to think, I don't know, you're wealthy? You know what I mean? It's like people that have like a German whip, you know, the Mercedes, the BMWs. They will have the freshest car, the newest plate, but then have a dirty old mattress in their house and hardly any food in their fridge and cupboard. Like, make it make sense. Again, I'm blaming Instagram because Instagram, you know what I mean? People just go on there and post the best stuff in it, the best part of their lives. And it's just like it just got to that thing where you started stunting, you know what I mean?
You know what, China? Hats off to you. You've made my life as a married man and the lives of married men and men in relationships all over the West a million times easier. My wife doesn't even want a Birkin anymore. She sees it online, she sees it on social media, she sees it on random women in Knightsbridge, and she gets disgusted. In her eyes, it's no longer a staple of wealth, it's simply a staple of stupidity. And you know what? I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I no longer have to save up 100 bags just to spend it on a stupid bag. Instead, I can actually spend it on something that actually matters. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and book a ticket to China and inject my capital into the Chinese economy just to show my gratitude. Listen, I'm all for capitalism, but at this point, the DH Gate warriors have won. They were right all along. I never thought the day would come that a Birkin bag would be undesirable. This right here is the price of the Hermes stock. It's a weekend right now, so markets are closed. The price hasn't updated, but it's going to be very, very interesting to see where the price of this stock opens on Sunday night. But yeah, as a married man, I'm all for this. Let's carry on doing this. Let's keep pushing this. Let's show these women how delulu they really are.
He was having a good old funky time about us girls. Now, hold on, sir. I get it. We were crazy about, you know, the Birkins, the purses, the red buttons, you know, the heels. But you men are just as bad with the sunglasses, the belts. Oh, the belts. I remember those belts. You know, that Gucci man bag, the hats. I'm trying to think, the wallets. And then obviously, you know, jumpers, jackets. Like I showed you that picture before we called that black. Like, even when I did my video on oh, what's his name? The pastor that was charging people. He stunts, he wears a lot of Gucci and Louis. I'll put his picture there. Marvin Sapp, that's it. Like, don't be like, oh, it's you girls. And then I like that he touched on like you want to see how the stocks will do with the Birkin bag. And it's just like, I don't think anything's gonna change. The thing with a Birkin bag, there's a waiting list. Like, you can't just go into Hermes and just try and get yourself a bag. Like, people are waiting, and I'm not talking like one year. People have been waiting for years. You know what I mean? You think they're gonna jump out of the queue all this time just because this has come out? Like, listen, if people want to know the truth or not, no matter what, you can't tell people how to spend their money. So I don't think anything's going to happen to these fashion houses, from Louis to Gucci, Fendi, Prada, you name it. They're going to be absolutely fine. Look at years before when that stuff came out about Balenciaga, you know, just doing a lot of weird stuff I can't even speak on YouTube about. People still turn up to the fashion show, people still wear Balenciaga, like, you know what I mean? Or even that time when a lot of black people in America were protesting or boycotting Gucci. They boycotted it for 3 months. And then we went back to wearing it, and it's just like they're gonna be fine. You know what I mean? They were here a long time before we were wearing them, and they're gonna be here a long time after. You know what I mean? People have come and gone.
First of all, after finding out what I just found out about the US and China, you know, I want to say I'm highly ticked off. I'm highly upset. 3 years ago, I paid $450 for these Gucci slides at the Gucci store right here in Houston, Texas. And now China done exposed the fact that these shoes right here only cost 75 cents to produce. You know what? Real Gucci slides. I'm done. What the hell with these Gucci slides? You know what? That's over here. China, listen. If y'all watching this, China, I have nothing against y'all. I want to personally say thank you. What they did was wrong. 75 cents for Gucci slides. I got about 15 pair of these things in my damn closet. What the hell's going on, man? 75 cents? How much were these to produce? How much were these, huh? Were these another one of those famous slides that Valentino that only cost 10 or 12 cents? Listen, I'm buying direct now from the manufacturer. I'm finna start buying manufacturer straight directly. So basically, these are fake. These are basically fake. That's what y'all tell. I'm upset, man. So I've been walking around with fake Gucci slides on the whole time. You mean to tell me I could have just walked into a knockoff store and bought these same Gucci slides for $10 or $12? Nobody would have knew that they was fake. Like, people say it's the quality, but nobody's gonna walk up and say, hey, let me feel the quality of your Gucci slides. Hey, let me feel the quality of your Amiri to see if it's real. I'm upset, man. China, thank you for exposing the people. This is how I feel about these Gucci slides. Thank you again, China. We, as Americans, appreciate you guys exposing the truth. Thank you.
The whole time I've been getting my stuff from China. You really think I'm finna pay $2,000 for
Nice
this?
bag.
No, ma'am. Or this. Or these. Not me. No, ma'am. That be y'all want to pay tens of thousands of dollars just to look nice. The real finesse is I got the same bags as you for 3 times less than what you paid for it.
Listen, she reminds me of my sister so much. My sister, I think 2 years now, she went to Morocco for her birthday and she got herself a really nice Louis bag. And I was just like, the craftsmanship is legit, like, is really good. Obviously, she knows I know it ain't real, but who, you know what I mean? Who gonna check me, boo? You know what I mean? Especially when you don't know that person personally. Like, how do you know? Certain snide and copies, sorry, you can tell it's fake, like from a mile off. But a lot of the stuff just then looked okay. Obviously, with her Neville full bag, I can tell it because I've got one. So this is what I mean. If you've got it, you can tell straight away. But yeah, it's just the ways, like she said, she knew it all came from China. It's just the ways, like even for myself, I've been gifted so much designer stuff. I've got so much stuff I don't even wear. And you know what's annoying with this now? Even if I want to try and resell them, or you know what I mean, I can't, or I can't sell it for the price because you know what I mean. I'm sure it's gonna dip. Obviously, if a person really wants it, they'll pay for it. I just want what I got for it. You know, for the ones with the gifts. The person that gifted me it, the receipt wasn't, so I know how much they cost. Not been touched, not been literally just upstairs in the box. I've got LV trainers. I've got an LV purse set. And it's just like, the person that bought it's like, why did you buy me this? Like, there's something. If you would have told me, oh, what do you want? I could have told you what I want. I've just got all this designer stuff set upstairs since basically doing nothing. It's annoying. But yeah, I liked her video and I agreed with her. Like, listen, you want to buy fake, buy fake. If you want to buy real. But just don't, if you're going to buy the fake, just don't stunt like it's real. And the ones that have the real, stop being all flashy, flashing. I got money and we don't need all of that. Just buy it, wear it, look good, and keep it moving.
This shit is crazy. So for the people that be like, oh, I only wear designer, you won't catch me shopping at Shein. What do you gotta say now?
What you
Because
gotta say now?
I just fucking found out a Birkin bag costs $650 to make, but they sell it for like 40 grand. Yeah, them little LV bags, they cost $2 in China. $2. The little Gucci sneakers, they cost like $12. America is playing y'all right in y'all fucking face. So before y'all sit here and judge the next person for buying Shein and buying quote unquote fake shit, all y'all shit is made from China. 80% of it is made from China. They're exposing y'all. He said y'all want to raise tariffs? Okay. All the majority of shit that y'all paying for that's designer brand, 80% of it comes from China. That costs $2, $12. A little Lululemon? Yeah. A Chinese factory make that. The fucking pants cost $6. The fucking shirt probably costs $5. So what are y'all really paying for at this point? Because it's name brand? Because it's designer stuff? They're scamming y'all out y'all fucking money in front of y'all face.
Yeah, man, I loved her response. Yeah, for the people that are coming, for people that shop at Shein and Temu, what you gotta say now? Gotta keep that same energy. Not it being in the same country, manufactured, and probably in the same factory. Like, come on, stop playing with us. Listen, for me, you've got to know how to switch it up. So look at me now. I'm in a Gucci jacket. I've got a cardigan from Zara. I've got a top on from Shein. I've got jeans on from Topshop. But there'll be people out here like, oh, I don't wear Shein. I don't, you know what I mean? I got to be dripping in designer. For what? For what? Like, switch it up. Everything don't have to be fake. Everything don't have to be real. Like, know how to switch it up. Should you buy every single thing in the world from Shein? No, of course not. The quality in a lot of clothing is trash, but not just there. H&M have got some trash stuff because they're all fast fashion, you know what I mean? But yeah, I agree to what all those ones that were taking the mick out of people. Even for people that can't afford like real Jordans, trust me, if you were wearing fakes, you would have got bullied back in the day. Never mind dragging, before the internet, before social media. If you wore fake anything to school, you would be getting bullied and dragged. And now look, 20 years, 30 years later, it's all made in China.
So the next time you think you finna go into a Hermes or
the
however
morning
you say
hair.
that shit, LV store, and get one of them bags, just remember China just came out and said that they've been making the bags for the US. Huh? What? Not the designer. Not the designer that these young people be selling their soul, their integrity, and their morals for. So you mean to tell me the bags that they overcharging in the U.S. stores like LV, Prada, Gucci, Christian Dior? Remember that shit came out just a few years ago. Yeah, them bags being made in China by the same people. By the same people. People that paid these prices. Are y'all okay right now?
Yeah, guys, she made some really good points, especially when she spoke about, people selling their soul and their integrity. Yeah, man. I've known so many stories for people to get unalived over designer stuff. Like even the rapper The Game, I remember in the Hate It to Love It song, he said growing up, his friend got unalived for his Jordans. In the UK, I remember someone getting slashed or unalived for their designer jacket. Like he was literally running for his life. Like guys were running him down for his jacket. So yeah, some people they just literally turn into demons and take people's life away over, you know what I mean, something so small. And now to come find out, it's not like it's not designer no more, but it's still made in China, just like stuff in your local supermarkets made in China. You know what I mean? But I liked her response. You know what I mean? Like she said, Dior, Dior, you know, these rappers been making all these tracks, put it in the lyrics, you know what I mean? They make you feel like you have to go out and buy it. But if you've got integrity and sense, you know, you don't have to and you don't need to hurt anyone just because. That's what I mean. Jealousy and envy comes in sometimes. Like, oh, why she got, you know what I mean? Obviously, again, on the other side, people are like throwing it in your face, like, yeah, I got my new, you know, my Louis bag, da, da, da," just acting, you know what I mean, brand new, brand new. And it's just like, okay, chill out. Some people, that's what they need to do to make themselves feel better, is to be, you know what I mean, dripping head to toe, I guess. And it's like, I remember on Pop the Balloon, one guy came on and he was like, yeah, I'm rich, I'm filthy rich. He had all these chains on. Obviously, when they asked him what do you like to do, he's like, I like to go to clubs and pop bottles. And it's like, okay, £1,000 a bottle, 2,000. It's like, that's just money you're just literally throwing away. So
And what do you do?
I own a trucking company and a car wash.
Okay, very cool. So what are some things you like to do for fun?
Travel, book private jets, yachts, and pop bottles in clubs.
again, who are you stunting? Like, who are you doing this all for? Because like, we don't care around here, you know what I mean? But yeah, I liked her clip. She made some really good points.
Breaking news. China just exposed the whole designer industry. I'm talking Louis, Versace, Dolce & Gabbana, Dior. A whole lot's fake. Now it's obvious why the Americans didn't want us to know what they were getting up to in China. If you still don't believe me, hit the search bar right there. Videos are all over TikTok. You was using your hard-earned money. Some people, their whole checks for the month. 500, 800, 1,000, 3,000, 6,000 for knockoffs. We're worth 15 bucks. This whole time you thought you were getting the best clothes from Italy. Nah, it was just knockoffs from China. And I'm kind of confused on why exactly they're doing this. It's really a slap in the face of the people that love designer. A huge slap in the face. They're sending a message to the Americans like, you might as well not buy this. It's a waste of time. I think I can see why the upper class don't buy designer. It's usually how they keep the poor people poor. Like, how many young individuals die for designer? Like, literally, people have lost their lives to get designer. This can be a very good thing for the future though. It's these huge big corporations that keep the young people poor. Like, as soon as you get a little bit of money, you want to give it to the higher ups. I keep your money, bro. You was getting scammed this whole time. And the worst part about it is now if you want to sell it, people are going to be very hesitant to buy it. There's nothing wrong with liking designer, but just buy the fake stuff. Nobody gonna know.
Ooh, he made some really good points. But yeah, what I got from that is it's true. Some people will spend their whole monthly wage on trainers, you know, designer trainers or clothing. You know what I mean? From 500, you know, it just goes upwards, and it's just like, obviously that's not on the designer, that's on the person, you know, the consumer, like the customer. Like, you need to have enough sense not to spend your whole paycheck on, you know what I mean, for you to wear it what once and twice as well. Because again, because of social media, people don't like to keep on wearing the same thing. Even me, sometimes on like TikTok, I'll post something and then I'll be like, oh, can I wear this top again? Like, I wore it. Like, I don't mind it for YouTube because I'm just sat here talking, but you know, on TikTok when I'm dancing and stuff, someone might be like, yeah, you wore that top last week. Like, don't you have clothes? But yeah, like you said, China, it is mad how they're exposing this, but you can tell they're just, you know, you're just not bothered. They're done with the American government, like, and I feel like they're gonna spill more tea. So I'm just watching this all unfold, man. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think of this whole designer stuff? Do you think it's true? Do you think it's false? Or you already knew from time? Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Stay safe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.